they would rise above their wisdom, they could see nature as it is. If they could rise above their knowledge, they could see nature as it is, and they would understand that there are other planes of nature greater than the plane they know. All around them are the other measures to the other wisdom, ignorance, myth. Why should a God visit earth if to be only a slave to man? Why should a God visit earth if to be only a slave to man? Why should a man be a slave to man if only to be a slave to man? Or a man to God, or God to man, if only to be within a state unnatural to his natural self, or outer self? Why should a God visit earth if only to be a slave to man? When men are brothers, they are brothers because they know they are. They walk the initiate bridge. The initiate bridge degree of pointlessness. They are friends of pointless intuition, companionship, sincere understandingness of and on angelic planes of being. That is why I have said they are not my brothers if they are not my brothers. See how the black rays of the black race have touched immeasurable wisdom, and therefore the unknown quantity. See how they are not understood, because as they are is not understood, and as to what they know is what they are. See the unlimited freedom of the black rays. Only to be bottomlessly humble is to be bottomlessly cast out until there's none to compare. Only to be bottomlessly ignorant is to be the other state of ecstasy, that ignorance which is of and to the unknown. And this unknown is of the greater chaos, for chaos is immeasurable. A design formless as to the idea of form, and of the desire to synchronize to that end, which is and yet is not the end. Paradox, paradox, a synchronization to the infinity, the no end, cosmic chaos. When you meet a man, you meet a scheme of words, patterns of concept, a concepted being whose very birth conception is called. Someone took the tender care to win a victory by defeat, and with defeat made defeat the defeat of the universe. There never had been a feat like this defeat. Defeat is the scenario of the life and lives of the people and peoples of planet Earth. Defeat is defeat to understand. I may be here, maybe not. I've never been inside life. Always I have looked through the glass at those within. There was no door for me to enter. I had no place to call my home. I had no people to call my own. I was and am theirs, if they cared that I be. But since they came before me, how can I say they are mine? How can I say I can call them my own? Perhaps they are a world of aliens, barring eyes, the alien out. So out became the truth for me instead of in. There's no room for those of out in the in. There's no room for those of out in the end, it is written. There was no room in the end. Is life temporary? In life, everyone seems to be temporary. It is temporary. Is it temporary? What can people do worse than the way life is allowed to treat them in the enforced roles of the game of life? Life allots to them their allotment. But their lot is a heap of shame and vanity, the useless end, inconsolable death, grief. I speak of, but I do not speak of anything, because I speak of everything. I speak of I, but when I speak of me, it is a we, because we are, and that is why we be and am and is. We walk the earth together, and together we will and do sail the skies of other climes and worlds eternal. As me, I'm here, but as I am always there. As me, I am here, but as I am always there. The somewhere else of there, because of the needs and yearnings of the us of we. We are small. Point, cosmo, infinity pattern. We are so tiny, you see. We belong to the we people of us. We belong to the we people of us. We're so tiny, you see. See, it is above the rim of kingdoms. It is above the rim of the kingdoms of time. Behold, see the light of another kind of dawn. Behold, coming evenings cast their shadow before. Yon light is the shadow of the sun. Softly the shadow lights upon the land. Remember, did you not read, have you not heard yet about the still small voice that spoke? Interpret beyond the curse. Interpret beyond the blessing. If you interpret, listen to the voice of the assigned interpreter. You cannot follow the same earthworm path of humanity and fly with wings of the spirit through the eternal spheres of being. It is of being, and not of this life you choose to call life. For this is life, but it is not the kind of being ultimate utmost of the outer plane beyond the gravity of the earthbound Babylonian night. Ships sail upon the waters, and they go wherever the wind permits them to go. For the wind is the king of the sea, and the wind is the king of the airy kingdom. It holds earth like a ball in its hands. It can stop the ships by the power of its strength. It can stop the voice and movement of people by diminishing itself to a thin, invisible, undetectable weakness. So that the victory through strength is its greatness, and victory through its weakness is its lightness. For it is this measurement, for it is in this measurement, it is a light thing. But the light is like the darkness to God, they say. And what is God? God is the answer to the equation of the end of man. A word-inspired predestination. We look beyond tomorrow. Truth is bad. Truth is bad. Our truth is good. It depends upon where and why and how and who you are. The truth about planet Earth is bad. But word truth must be considered carefully, and the precepts of that which is called truth must be equationized and balanced and understood, or else it must be abandoned and another truth placed in its place. This is the idea of the greater age, the outer worlds of otherness. This is the word from the cosmic cosmos to Mars. The universe sent me to converse with you. If there are ears to hear, listen. But do not listen with your ears alone. You must feel with your intuition sense. It is always the unknowing, knowing voice of the quiet, vigilant silence, your intuition sense. The universe sent me to converse with you. This planet is a perfect place according to its own decision code, but there still is something missing here. A greater need than all the rest. A need long hidden from the earth god's gaze, a need of giant imperative now. It cannot be, it will not be denied. This needs coordinate would, wish, desire. I speak to you, for nature sent me too, another gift to offer you. In music, nature's natural master's creation voice is one of the bridges to the treasure house of needs fulfilled. What and how are you? I send my warmest greetings from the where the cosmos usual. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm being what I'm supposed to be. It is a strange circumstance, like being upon an alien planet world, all alone, but I'm not alone. There are ears to hear, even here. There are ears that will listen with mind, soul, spirit pure. Of those. For those who are in tune with nature's cosmo plan, plain design can hear what untuned ears cannot. And those who hear will know the meaning of the natural beist, the living being bees. The space sea has many sounds of bee-isness, the acacia, the unknown acoustics, the altar planes of isness and notness are all a part of everything and the nothingness. See the sound riddle of the double beast. Down in the subterranean places of the city, down in the catacombs and caverns of the mind, down in the earth catastrophe of knowledge, dwell they, the sub-dwellers. Of outer mind we synchronize to them, the sub-dwellers, by quickening to us their potential need, their great emergency. Within seas they seem, like in-seated rocks and roots hidden from the sun. Down, down must go to them the dawn, the loving heat of the sun, to touch them with immortal rays. The onless reach demands it be raised to envelop them like a net of kindly prisms. They will come forward to the true witness of the intuition of their own, for it is own that is. The voice of the greater universe will draw them to chromatic vibration of the isness. The voice of the greater universe will draw them to chromatic vibrations of the isness. They will come forward from hence, wherever they are. They shall come forward to the sound of sounds. Yes, a sound of sound will burst the earth of earth asunder, a projective aim to blast the secret, the cruel citadel. Yes, even the coded seed will open its walls, and that unmeant secret place will no more be their home. For out of the earth darkness, they shall come forward dancing to sound beams of dark rays of light, and they will rise to the heavens of the natural skies. There, they will be like the fires of the rays and the rays of the sound of the sun. That's what the music says. That is how I say the music. The music is a journey. The journey is endless. It is sound endlessness. Communication language point. Endless sound is a universal language because that is what the music is. Equations bridge across the bridgeless, bottomless world of sound. That is what the music is. The universal language. The bridge communication sound. There is no other way to speak to everyone in language each cannot feel and understand except through the music. There is no other way to speak to everyone in language each can understand and feel except through the music. How can you speak to other worlds except through the music? The music lets them know where you are and what you are. The music lets them know where you are at and what you are. If you are pure, the music's pure. The music is your testing ground. It is your choice that tells the tale when all else fails. Pure music is what you must face if you limit, if you reject, if you do not consider, if you are selfish, earthly bound. Pure music is your nemesis. Pure music is what you must face. If you limit, if you reject, if you do not consider, if you are selfish, earthly bound, pure music is your nemesis. You cannot pretend. You will accept or you will reject. There is no middle ground. The mirror of pure music is a negative field. Field that photographs the image, mind, impression, soul, and psychic self, even the potential immediate altered destinies. The music is the image, is the music, is the image, the sound image, the living image of sound, image, sound of the cosmos world approach journey. The waves of sound are like waves of water in the ocean. There is a tide and time of sound. The music is like a journey which is endless. Unscheduled directions are suddenly necessary. Now and then to synchronize the code momentum dimension to environmental light or darkness equation, balance, image, or improvisational alter, counterpoint, blueprint, sound. The music is not only just music, it touches and projects other dimensions, time zone eternities, and cosmo infinity spiral parallels. The parallels are fields of parables which are instruments. For the instruments are not only just instruments, the people are the instruments. That's how the music goes. That is what the music is. That is the mirror on the wall above the handwriting there. It is invisible to all. It is a mirror that you must hear. Vibration, rhythm, harmonic sound is hidden in each melody. It is never what it seems to be. You can only hear what the mirror sees, no more, not less is ever allowed. The sound mirror is what you see of you. That's sound. If you're not sound, then you're not pure. Pure is real sincerity, and pure knows pure is sound and true. It's all what the music says of you. It's not what the music you say of it. It's all what the music says of you. The music is a living mirror of the universe. When the word was spoken, it was balanced on the pivoting planes of sound. When it was written, it reflected one plane of sight, and the triple meaning with its multiple visions was no longer apparent, because the meaning of the balanced word on the pivoting planes cannot be written as revealingly as it can be thought of and felt. Because the idea of the pivoting planes is like a touch of vibrating magic, and the magic is the wisdom, ignorance of unspeakable understanding, intuition. Thus is the idea of the pivoting planes of the greater impossible and immeasurable equation, space, void, reality, on the outer reach of the unending, onness. Beyond other thoughts and other worlds are the things that seem not to be, and yet are. How impossible is the impossible? Yet the impossible is a thought, and every thought is real. An idea, a flash of intuition's fire, a seed of fire that can bring to be the reality of itself. Beyond other thoughts and other worlds are the potentials that hidden circumstance and pretentious chance cannot control. The past is a dream. If it is not a dream, where is it now? The past is a dream, something that came and seemed to have been. If it is not a dream, where is it now? The past is a dream, a fictitious fantasy devised by some sardonic, kindly mind in the hope that we might see the meanings of today and all its possibilities, and that in our gratitude we would not live in such a way that we should retrogress to all the mean and lowliness of our imagined yesterday. The past is some fictitious thing, a one-dimension fantasy, made to be or themed to be, in the hope that we might see beyond the scene of shattered past. Yes, to see, we must to see the living beauty sympathy. The greater alter universe is just the place where we should be. This present dream is not the thing. This dream we will that it not be. This one dimension fantasy. This dream we will that it not be. This one dimension fantasy. And so the world comes to its end. But what is the end? The end is what they desire. Every desire is an end, and every end is a desire. Then the end of the world is a desire of the world. What type of end do you desire? There were some things I never tried to do, and most of them were things I wanted to do. There were these opposing forces. Why should they oppose me? Why? Now and then I thought, there's no such enemy as I think they are, but then it is beyond thought. I feel these opposing forces whose power is their weakness. I feel these opposing forces whose power is their weakness. The power they grant to their servants and subjects. They exist. Indeed they do. I feel and always have felt it always was true. Since this plane of existence I came to be to know they were here. I never resisted them. They think I did. It was only pretense desires I projected to them. These pretense desires I projected to them were my non-resistant weapon shield of defense. I do not desire what they thought I desired, neither now nor ever then. Non-resistance became my resistance. My resistance is my non-resistance. Do they challenge? I have already won the victory. How? How? You will never know. I have forgotten the how I did. I only know it was never your game. It is always mine. I resist the challenge. Foolish foe, I always win the victory. You did not know the secret code. If I win, I win. If I lose, I win. You did not know. You do not know. This universe is endless, and everything in it is endless. How can it be an endless universe if everything is not endless? This universe is endless, and everything in it is endless. How can it be an endless universe if everything is not endless? That is a part of it. Every beginning is an end. Look back and see. It's in the past. Every beginning is the end of some endlessness. Look back and see. It's in the past. Every beginning is the end of some endlessness. But the past is an eternity all its own. It is not a part of the endless universe because the past had an end. It is the realm of the ended. Look backward at the past, and you will see all the beginnings are there. Look backward at the past, and you will see all the beginnings are there. If you have an end in view, what's your aim, desire? Be careful. Do not make the end you seek the end. There are different kinds of ends, like bookends are. And bookends are, but bookends end. What does the law of bookends say? That is the answer of the way. When they are booked, they're in the book. What are words but words to use? Let's take words and return. The bad guide book good says that too. Let's take words and return. The bad guide book good says that too. A simple thing. It's simple true. Take words and return. There's no other way left for you. Take words and return. All creative art is music. Art, choreography, sculpture, portraits, artworks, photographs, painting, architectural design, the forms of nature, trees, flowers, grass. Everything vibrational is of different degrees of music. There's music everywhere. Infinite infinity is the language of enduring impression, rhythm, melody, harmony. Melody is of rhythm as rhythm is of melody, while harmony is often concealed melody when it moves with the compositional theme of melody. Variety is the key to movement in composition. The potential of music in its relationship to people is still as if untouched in any of the spheres such as mental, spiritual, physical, psychic, nature. Musicians of great worth for this planet have too often been frustrated out of doing what nature intended for them to do. As a result, all too often the substitute of a more aggressive but less talented person has taken the place of the natural musician artist, thus bypassing the masters. The beauty of music is that it can reach across the border of reality into the myth impressions never known before. These myth impressions never known before can be conveyed immediately. A sincere universal mind can universalize the world by the simple act of doing so. But that idea is of the myth, and it is of the myth which I speak. The potential of the myth is inexpressible because it is of the realm of the impossible. Myth demands another type of music. It is all because of the necessity of another age which needs another type of music which has not been of the known reality before. It is all because of the necessity of another age which needs another type of music which has not been of the known reality before. Music then will have a different place in the sun. The earth cannot move without music. The earth moves with a certain rhythm, a certain sound, a certain note. When the music stops, earth will stop, and everything upon it will die.